Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Mike. So today's video, I just want to talk to you about exercise choice. Whether it's you know powerlifting, whether it's just regular weightlifting, whether it's body weight exercises, calisthenics, whether it's jump rope, whether it's figure skating, whatever your exercise choice is. The most important thing I want you guys to think about is having fun. Because, like I said in other videos, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're not going to do it. So it doesn't matter if it's the best exercise program in the world, if it was like one of the Olympia winning bodybuilding coaches who created your program. It doesn't matter if it was one of the best infomercial trainers that created your program. It doesn't matter if it was the people who made The Biggest Loser. It doesn't matter if they made your program. It doesn't matter who made your program. If you don't enjoy it, it's gonna be horrible. It's like it doesn't matter who made it if you're not enjoying your thing. For instance, I like lifting weights. I like lifting heavy. That is my thing. I'm not a big class person. It's like I've done a class or two before. It's not my thing. So it can be the best class in the world. I probably won't enjoy it. However, someone who really enjoys exercise classes, whether it's Zumba, whether it's Les Mills, whether it's a pump class, if you really enjoy those classes and I told you, hey, skip your class and go ahead and do leg day with me, then we're like, this sucks. This is trash. Like, why would I do that? So everyone has their different exercises. The most important thing, again, if we can go down to exercise selection and the importance of, cause I've done videos on the importance of leg day, of core, of cardio, of upper body, of lower body. I've done videos about that. As you guys see, just check the channel. I've done videos about that. And yes, all those things are important. But the most important thing about exercise is having fun. Because when you're exercising, you don't want to be able to exercise for right now. You want to be able to exercise for life. And if you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not going to do exercise for 2 months, let alone for the rest of your life, so it doesn't matter if it's the best exercise program. Now there are a lot of great exercise programs out there. I've seen a lot of them. I've tried a bunch of different exercise programs. I've done all sorts of different things. Again, I like weightlifting, but I've ran a marathon, I ran 5Ks, I've done rock climbing, I've done some hiking. Again, I was a martial artist for 10 years. I've played football, basketball, baseball, soccer, tennis, volleyball, all sorts of sports. I play all sorts of sports, and I do enjoy team sports. They are amazing. Actually, they're amazing, amazing. No, they're fun. But my thing right now, particularly at this point in life, is weightlifting. I really enjoy weightlifting. I can spend 2 hours in the gym and not even think a second about it. So that's what I do. So the most important thing is having fun with what you're doing. Now, how do you determine if you're having fun? Um, how do you determine which exercise you should do? Try everything. The only exercise that's wrong is exercise that you don't like doing. Try, well, and the exercises are going to get you hurt. I should say that also. The exercise programs that are going to get you hurt, or trying to progress too fast. I'll say those are exercises that are bad for you. But try rock climbing, try a dance class, try weightlifting, try um, CrossFit, try a body pump class, try Les Mills, try Zumba, try strongman, try powerlifting, try traditional bodybuilding, try everything. Try, like I said, no, there are different types of dance class. If you want to do a hip hop dance class, do a hip hop dance class. If you want to do a jazz dance class, do jazz. You want to do contemporary ballet, do contemporary ballet. If you want to run for your exercise, run. If you want to do sprints, sprint. If you want to do long distance, do long distance. If you want to do boxing, do boxing. If you want to do a traditional martial art, do a traditional martial art. Try everything, and even with the different segments, try the different things. Again, let's say no exercise. I just want to exercise. Okay, perfect. I heard that it's a great idea to have some kind of self defense. Again, I'm all for self defense. I think that everyone needs to learn how to defend themselves in some way, shape, or form because the world is getting crazy. As y'all seen The world is crazy. So you need to learn how to defend yourself in some way, shape, or form. So again, let's say, okay, I want to exercise. I heard martial arts is great. I want to try martial arts. Okay, perfect. What type of martial arts do you want to do? Do you want to do something that has a lot of ranks? Do you want to do something that is focused on kicks? Do you want to do something that's focused on hands? Do you want something that's focused on grappling? Doesn't matter the region that comes from, whether it's an American martial arts, whether it's Chinese, whether it's Japanese, whether it's Korean. Does the martial arts matter? And if, okay, let's say, okay, I want to try to do a Chinese martial arts. So whenever people think about martial arts, they tend to think about karate and kung fu. Generally speaking, for the general person. Okay, I want to try a Chinese martial art. Okay, perfect. What type of Chinese martial arts do you want to try? Do you want to try kung fu? Do you want to try Wing Chun? Do you want to try Bagua? Do you want to try Tai Chi? What do you want to try out? Try everything. Let's say if you tried traditional, what people think of when they think of kung fu, because kung fu actually means like hard work or time and energy. Anything that takes lots of time, lots of energy, that's typical what kung fu is. That's the definition of it. Whenever people think of kung fu, they actually more likely mean wushu, which is a little bit different. But again, try wushu, try tai chi, try bagua, try wing chun, try Chinese kickboxing. There's so many different things, and if you didn't like those, okay, but you say, okay, I still enjoyed martial arts. Go to different country. Try an Indian martial art. Try a Japanese martial art. There's tons of Japanese martial arts. Try a Filipino martial art. Again, eskrima. That's a really popular one that people enjoy because you get to use the sticks and things like that. Try eskrima. Try Muay Thai. If you let's say if those don't vibe with you, then okay, go American. Go traditional boxing. Go or go Greco-Roman wrestling if you want to go the European route. Um, there's so many different things that you can do. If that's just the martial arts aspect. If you want to try weightlifting, okay, perfect. I want to try weightlifting. Okay, how much time do you have? What split do you want to try to do? Do you want to try a push pull leg day? Do you want to do upper body? You want to do a lower body split? Okay, that's traditional. That's traditional weightlifting. Okay, well that's not your vibe. Wait, nope. Try powerlifting. If you want to lift like super heavyweight, try powerlifting. Powerlifting's awesome. You have to be very careful because if you're doing some of the Olympic lifts wrong, if you're doing the powerlifting wrong, you can get hurt. But you can get hurt with everything. So you just have to be careful with what you're doing. Really pay attention to your form. But if you don't like traditional bodybuilding exercises, try powerlifting. Okay, if you don't like powerlifting exercises, then try doing just the big three. Your bench press, squat, and the deadlift. Just try to focus on those things. Those kind of hit pretty much everything. If you don't like that, it's like okay, try CrossFit. Okay, if you don't like CrossFit, try something else. There's so many different forms of exercise out there that there's something for everybody. Not everyone has to do the same thing, but there's something for everybody. Again, I love lifting weights. That's my jam. Not everyone likes lifting weights. Some people like competitive dancing. Do competitive dancing. Some people like to garden. For my older population, I would definitely say gardening is an amazing exercise because there's so many aspects of life that you do with gardening. You're having a squat, which is a leg, which is legs, which is posture, which is core. You're digging. You're getting out in the sun. Getting out in the sun, gives you that extra vitamin D. And we don't get enough sunlight. That's why everyone's vitamin D levels are pretty much in the trash, pretty much. And that's also why, during like rainy seasons in different places, the depression rate actually goes up because it's just a gloomy vibe. And I forgot the exact correlation between it's either vitamin D and depression or just being out in the sunlight and depression and things like that. But there actually is like a correlation. I'm not sure if correlation is causation, but I'm pretty sure there is some kind of correlation between mood and vitamin D. So getting outside there's so many benefits to getting outside. But again, just because you're an older person doesn't mean you have to garden. There are old people running marathons. There are old people running races. There are old people lifting weights. I will never forget. I was running. This was a 10K. I was running years ago. No, not 10K. A 10 miler. I was running years ago, and I was just doing my thing, And there was this lady, legit, probably in her mid 70s, ran past me. I looked. I'm like, ain't no way. And she had the best shirt ever. It says, "Don't worry, I trained for this." I'm like, that's hilarious. Go ahead and pass me. But she was running, not slow walking like you think of like Grandma Gretchen, like slow walking. If your grandma's name is Gretchen, she's killing it. Props to her. That's just a random name I think of, but not no stereotypical Grandma Gretchen, hunched over and can barely walk. This lady was legit running. I'm like, okay, props to you. Do your thing. But the most important thing is finding an exercise that you enjoy and do that thing, because the more you do now, the more you'll be able to do later. The reason why she was able to exercise is because she decided that she wanted to exercise. Now, I'm not saying that it's too late to pick up an exercise routine. It doesn't matter if you're 8, 18, 28, 58, 68. It doesn't matter. There's a story about this lady. She didn't start exercising until she was like early 60s, I think it was. It was her and her sister decided, hey, we want to improve the second half of our life, so they wanted to start exercising. And unfortunately, I forgot what happened, but I think her sister ended up passing. The lady kept exercising, and now, if I'm not mistaken, she is like one of the oldest competitive bodybuilders in the world. But she didn't have a history of exercise. But she made the decision to exercise, and she enjoys what she's doing, and she's still doing it. No, she's a Guinness World Record holder, being the oldest competitive bodybuilder. So no matter what age that you are, it's not too late to start exercising. It's not too late to find the exercise routine that works for you. Try everything. Unless there's a very particular reason why you're not able to do something. Now, because you're tired, that's not a reason. Because your knees hurt, that's not a reason. Because your back hurts a little bit, that's not a reason. Now, it is limiting. Don't get me wrong. It is limiting. The pain is real. Pain is one thing. Soreness is another thing. If you're a little sore, move. There's so many things that you can do. There's, again, as physical therapy assistants, sometimes we work with Parkinson's patients, and Parkinson's patients, they're kind of closed in. They do little shuffles and things of that nature. Everything's very tight. So one of the things that we do as physical therapy assistants is we teach them. I forgot the name of the program, but you're pretty much teaching patients move big and big, grandiose, exaggerated motions. That way, whenever they go back to their regular whatever, they're able to do things in a bigger motion. So instead of shuffling, they can take almost a regular step. Even though they practice like big high knee marching and things like that in therapy, they're able to translate that into a more traditional walk. Now, granted, they may not maintain that constantly throughout the whole day, but with more practice and everything like that, they're able to get back to those bigger overall motions that are going to give them more mobility and more safety overall. They're not shuffling their feet as much. Again, the more you shuffle your feet, if you're not lifting up your feet and you're shuffling, your feet can catch, which can cause a fall, which particularly in our older population is very bad. And depending on how stable you are, depending on your quality of your joints, your muscles, your ligaments and tendons and all that stuff, it can be disastrous. A fall can be disastrous, particularly for our older population. So just because you have something going on doesn't mean that you can't exercise. Look at the Special Olympics people. You have people who have no legs, bench pressing 300, 400, 500 pounds. You have people who are blind who are swimming. You have people like doing some amazing things. Another thing that I remember I was going to the gym, and I was just walking in, and I saw this person. I only saw the top of their body. They're booking on the treadmill. They're running out. They're running out. They're killing. I was like, yo, yeah. In my head, I was like, this person's killing it. And I walk in front to get on the treadmill. Cause you usually my little walk on the treadmill to warm up. And this person was a bilateral below the knee amputee running. So this person had to decide. It's like, hey, I'm not where I was because I had a bilateral amputation for whatever reason. I didn't speak and talk to the person. I'm not sure what their story is, but from what I saw, this person was a bilateral below the knee amputee. They had all the reason in the world to exercise. Like, I can't do the things I used to do. I'm not as strong as I used to do. I had 2 major surgeries. I can't do these things. But they didn't do that. They decided, I enjoy running for whatever reason. Maybe they were running before the procedure. I'm not sure like how they lost their legs. Maybe they decided to start running after the procedure. Maybe they were watching the Olympics and saw these people with bilateral amputees running. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that this person decided that they wanted to run, so they were running. So there's so many excuses that you can make, but your why has to be bigger than your excuses. And there's so many different things you can do out there that there's almost no reason why you can't exercise. There are limiting factors, don't get me wrong. There are severe limiting factors, but there is an exercise routine for everybody. It may not look exactly like exercise for some people. For instance, the population in a nursing home. Sometimes their exercise is they're passing a beach ball around, or they're playing ring toss. That's exercise for them. In physical therapy, we have to learn. One of the things we had to learn in physical therapy school is we took an exercise and we had to break it down into five. We had to reduce it 5 times. So let's say if the exercise was, okay, we're gonna walk. Okay, make this easier. How are you gonna walk? Okay, practice marching. Okay, make it easier. Okay, practice just lifting up a leg. Okay, make it easier. We're just sitting on the edge of the bed. You're standing up. Make it easier. You're sitting on the edge of the bed. You bring up your knees. Make it easier. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to move in bed. Make it easier. I'm gonna teach you how to bridge. Make it easier. I'm gonna teach you how to roll in bed. Make it easier. I'm gonna teach you how to lift your arms. So exercise looks different for different people depending on what's going on. However, there's still a way that you can move. There's a way for anybody and everybody to move. You just have to want to do it. And despite what's going on, we have patients in the hospital that, all they can do is sit on the edge of the bed with support for 3 minutes, and that is exhausting for them. But they have the why, they have the strength, the mental strength, physical strength, whatever it is, to push and to say, I'm going to sit up on the edge of the bed. Whatever their why is, they're doing that. I say all that to say is that there's an exercise routine for everybody. It may not look the same, it may not feel like exercise depending on what you're used to, but there is an exercise routine for everybody. Whatever you enjoy doing, whatever your form of exercise is, do that thing. If it's weightlifting, weightlifting. If it's martial arts, do your martial arts. If it's running, do your running. If you just like to walk, walk. If you like to garden, garden. Whatever your exercise routine is, do that thing. Your body will thank you. Your body is meant to move. We have joints for a reason. Now, granted, sometimes you have your aches and your creaks and things like that. That it's more difficult to do certain things. I'll admit that. It's legit. It's harder to do certain things at certain times for different reasons. For different people, it could be time of the month. It could be life just happening. It could be people have crazy schedules. I know a crazy schedule. Again, I work 12 days in a row, 2 days off. I've been doing this schedule since 2020. I started working 6 days on, 1 day off in 2019 in August. I worked that schedule until November 2020. And then December 2022, I started December 2022, I started my therapy job. And ever since then, I'm working 12 days on, 2 days off. Constantly. One vacation that was a week long. So I know it's like to have a busy schedule. However, you have to get some kind of mobility in. Now, sometimes you can't do everything that you want to do. You can't always, like I said, I can go to the gym for 2 hours. Easy money. That's easy. It's like I can do my weights, I can do my stretching, I can do my cardio. 2 hours, that's easy money. I spend like 2.5 hours in the gym. Easy money. However, I know I can't do that all the time. So that's when you also have to have a plan A, B, and C. It's like, hey, I want to go to the gym for 2 hours, but I have class. Okay, what time is my class? What time am I getting off of work? Do I have time to go to the gym? Yes or no? Yes, okay, I can go to gym. I just cut it short. No, okay, what's my plan B? I can walk around the park. I enjoy getting fresh air. I enjoy going for a walk. I'll walk around the park. That's my plan B. What if it's raining? I'll find a plan C. Plan C is like, okay, I can get some stretching in. I can, just work some high knees. I can just work on my overall mobility in my apartment. There's a lot of things I can do, even though they may not be my top choice, but you can still do something. So sometimes you need to have a plan A, B, and C for your exercise, and that is perfectly fine. So you need to get some kind of mobility in every day. Your body will thank you. If you don't, your body will let you know by its aches and pains and its creaks and your lack of strength and lack of mobility and not being able to move that is mad at you. Straight up, your body will be mad at you, and it'll appear different ways. I say all this to say is that everyone needs to move, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what kind of issues that you have. I'm not saying you need to move like a Olympian. I'm not saying that you need to move like a world record holder, but everyone needs to move, and there's an exercise program for any and everybody, no matter what your age, no matter what your preferred pronouns are, no matter what your race, religion, creed, color, no matter any of those things. There's an exercise program for everybody. You just have to find the exercise program that works for you. Again, whether it is dancing, whether it's gardening, whether it's martial arts, whether it's walking, whether it's mountain climbing, whether it's traditional weightlifting, in all the forms. Find your exercise routine and do that thing. Because the more you enjoy your exercise program, the more you'll be able to do it, the longer you'll be able to do it, you'll be able to move for life. You'll be able to, and it won't seem like it's a struggle to exercise. It's like, oh, this is a part of my life that I enjoy. And why not find something that you enjoy that's going to benefit you for today, tomorrow, and the next 10, 15, 20, 30, however many years you got left? You know, exercise is a lifelong journey. Some people pick it up sooner, some people pick it up later. But exercise is a lifelong journey that is beneficial for everybody. So again, just want to come on, chop it with you guys a little bit. If you're struggling with finding like your exercise program, or what works for you, like what do you want to try to do, drop a comment in the chat. I love to chat with you guys. Let me know what you're thinking of. Like, hey, I thought about this, but I'm not 100% sure about this. Is this right for me? Is this not right for me? I'm concerned about this. I'm concerned about that. I don't want to do this or that because I've heard this or this or this. If there's any questions about exercise, routines, programs, periodization, anything like that, drop in the chat. I'd love to chat with you guys. Yeah, just want to come in and chop it up with you guys. And again, just want to say appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, we'll chat later. All right, bye.